another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
And I'm Sean.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
That's terrific.
Is it?
Well, it's worse than being bad, or it could be worse. So, what do we have to talk about?
The Hawkeye trailer?
Yeah, I guess to talk about the Hawkeye trailer. It's a trailer.
Yeah.
It's a thing. They dropped that yesterday, and it looks. I mean, again, we've talked about on the show not our dislike, but our just kind of malaise towards Hawkeye.
Mm.
And I kind of feel like, I mean, he's got his fan base, but I mean, it's a big deal to get Jeremy Renner to do your show.
Is it?
I mean, he's a pretty, he's a notable actor,
Well, he was until he had an app.
It's true. The app ruined him. That's what you can't get an app if you want to be the Rock. Better watch out.
Does The Rock have an app?
I'm surprised he doesn't. I was just thinking about that.
I feel like The Rock's app though could be like.
It would just be like cod recipes.
Well, that's what I mean, like workout tips, like something of value. I feel like Jeremy Renner's was. I don't even know what it was. It was just like, hey guys, I love product, and like that he was just trying to sell things. I don't know.
The Rock's app probably be more interesting. I think the big great thing would be on the app would just be like a random rock word generator and just be a series of words that The Rock has said in his life. And it just throws them at you, and you kind of take that as an inspirational thing to move forward.
You could just like make an app game that does that.
That's true.
And like you have to actually discern which are rock words and which are fake ones that you just made up.
He just called me jabroni twice.
Well, I mean, like, could you imagine if you had an app and it was just like, select the word the Rock has actually said. And it's like, here's 3 random words and like 2 of them are just bullshit letters smashed together and like one of them's a word.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's no.
Get on that. You could be a billionaire.
These are ideas. These are better ideas.
Hey, I'm spitballing here.
Than the
trying to make us rich.
These are better ideas than the Jeremy Renner app. So,
I still don't understand.
But the trailer
will never. Oh, it will never not be funny. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So the trailer, I guess, bases around. Well, I enjoyed your reaction because as soon as you turned it on, you go, "Oh, he's got a stupid family."
I forgot about his family.
Or I forgot about his stupid family.
I forgot about his stupid family because I honestly did forget about Hawkeye's stupid family.
I was like, would.
Oh, that's right. The whole farm thing. And then they all died in the snap. And then now they're back. And I totally forgot he had them.
Yeah.
Yep.
His family came back, and he was doing like Ronin shit.
That's right. Because he was like mad because his family was dead or something.
So he was doing vigilante stuff, and then so the premise seems to be that
just get some fucking counseling, Hawkeye.
There's a copycat vigilante that ends up being Kate Bishop.
Yes,
played by Haley Steinfeld.
I think so. Yeah, and just based on now, I never read the Matt Fraction run
right
for Hawkeye. But based on the art, like the circle, in the font, that was used in his run. I'm not sure if that's the story that they're basing this off of. I don't know. I never read it.
Well, there's a dog in there.
He did give him a dog.
He does have a dog.
Does the dog get to is there going to be a show where the dog solves a crime? Because there is an issue of Hawkeye where the dog solves a crime.
There might be.
And it's like a wordless issue as the dog solves this crime.
There might be. They might go that route.
You've literally
well, go ahead.
You've literally just given me a reason to watch the Hawkeye show. Thank you.
Well, because they're saying there might not be enough stories to talk about Hawkeye. Because really, I mean, what the hell are you gonna be like? He shoots an arrow. He shoots another arrow.
I was actually very surprised by the preview, just how much Hawkeye was in it. Because I thought it was going to be, he shows up for the first episode to kind of like pass the arrow to Kate Bishop, and then she's off Hawkeyeing around. Now she's taken over the mantle, and he's like all over this fucking show.
Well, maybe,
and it's
maybe,
at Christmas.
but maybe that's like only like the first couple episodes. They just base them on Christmas, and then he pieces out, and then the rest of it's just her, and the dog.
I would like that better.
So I mean, we'll see, because I mean, it could be a bait and switch of sorts. I mean, but basically, it just shows him, at
Christmas.
There's
He's got a dumb family.
He encounters his copycat, which is Kate Bishop, and then they
have to like team up to like battle, I guess, the people who hate Hawkeye for all the really, really shitty things he did during the 5 years.
Yeah.
And so now they have to like battle them. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that's it. That's the show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you don't have to watch it now. I just told you what happened.
Yeah. Just imagine arrows. Just imagine arrows in Jeremy Renner's dumb face.
But if there is a dog that solves a crime, I have to watch the show now.
But again, maybe it just might end up being like this bait and switch thing where it's mostly Haley Steinfeld, Kate Bishop doing stuff, and Jeremy Renner just kind of is there. So you might see that, because I can't.
So it's like real life.
What do you mean?
Jeremy Renner's just there.
He's just there.
I'm sorry, I just don't know why I've never liked him. I apologize. I don't, actually, because it came out that he's a total piece of shit. I don't know, man. Just something about him.
Something about him.
Yep.
What else was there? Oh, I wanted to address the numerous comments that we received. And by numerous, I mean 3.
Ooh, that is numerous for us.
But that's a lot. That's a lot.
For us, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Of people saying that the reason why the Hulk had his arm in a sling is because of him doing the snap in Infinity War. You seem confused.
No, I'm not confused, because now I'm trying to. I do remember him doing that, and then I'm like, but then
because the Hulk can handle it,
right? And then I'm like, but then why did Iron Man also have to do it? I'm like, oh, that's right, because there were 2 Thanoses. 2?
Oh, that's right. There were 2 Thanoses.
Because there was the Thanos that died, and then they snap, and then everybody comes back, but then there's another Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I forgot there were 2 Thanoses.
2 Thanoses.
Thani?
Thani.
There were Thani.
Thanasi.
Thani. I forgot about the 2, because I was like, wait, but they did why? And then I was like, oh, that's right. Because I saw that movie. I only saw it once.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't seen those movies. I think a lot of those movies we just kind of see once, and then you never.
We
see
never
it again.
went back.
I've seen Avengers twice, but only because I was on a plane.
Fair. Yeah.
So that made sense. But
I've only, that's the thing with these Marvel movies. I mean, for me personally, I know a lot of people are not like this, but I've only watched them once.
that's kind of all you need to see them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I saw it. It existed.
Yeah, and that goes for a lot of comic book movies, actually, except for like Batman v Superman.
Yeah, that one I've seen more than once.
But for good reason, because that movie's stupid.
Oh, that movie's so dumb. There is a camp factor to that movie too, that just something going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wasn't there some DC stuff that came out?
I did see when we were at Target the other day that the Long Halloween animated thing came out, but
Yeah.
I don't remember if that's 1 or 2, or I have to look. I don't know.
What if there's two volumes?
There's supposed to be 2 volumes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's some DC stuff. There's some of those movies that we're backed up on that I actually kind of would like to catch up on at some point.
Yeah.
I think there's like a new season of Titans and stuff that's out now.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently Jason Todd becomes the Red Hood in it, from what I've heard.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he has to at some point.
Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah.
But getting back to Marvel, yeah. So everybody told us that it was the Hulk.
Yes, thank you for that.
The Hulk. Thank you for that. Although the reason why I didn't recognize it at first, because I was like, okay, so if this movie, this Shang-Chi movie, is happening after the snap, and it seems like it's happened like significant time afterwards.
Yeah, I don't exactly know the timeline, but who knows how long one would have to have their arm in a sling after wielding the gems.
I mean, I guess. I mean, he seems like it was a pretty. It was a pretty brutal thing that happened to his hand or his arm.
Maybe he's still in physical therapy.
It's true. So I mean, I just kind of was like, maybe I figured he'd be healed by now, but I guess
I don't have any idea about the Hulk's healing factor. I don't really even know when Shang-Chi is supposed to be set.
It's obviously it's after the snap.
It's after the snap, but how far after?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. Like, are we talking 6 months?
Yeah.
Or is it how much actual time has passed since that movie came out between then and now? I don't know. I don't think that was addressed in the movie, and I'm sure if it was, someone will tell me. But I don't know how much time has actually passed between these two things.
Yeah.
I did see something fun, though.
Oh, yes.
So somebody had reposted on Twitter, but somebody in Reddit had been like, just as an FYI, so Shang-Chi and Katie go to the karaoke bar and they sing Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, right? And they're like, so the snap happened in 2018. That song came out in 2019, which means Lil Nas X had to have survived the snap in order to write Old Town Road so somebody could be singing it in this movie.
Glad to know that he survived the snap.
And he actually retweeted it and just put, holy shit.
I'm alive.
I survived the snap. So I thought that was funny.
Which, yeah, it's like kind of funny. Somebody going through the Marvel universe and trying to figure out celebrities that survived the snap.
This is a very good question, though. You could do it by music. I don't know how else you would, because it's like there's not a lot of TV unless it's WandaVision.
Yeah, but not a lot of current TV though.
Right. Did
So,
I survive the snap?
That's true. That's a good question.
I'm not a celebrity, but I would like to know if what hypothetical thing would mean that I survived the snap in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder. I'll have to ponder that now for a series of nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that, and also the thing about that came out was it Simu Simu? I keep forgetting his name.
I think it's
Simliu.
Yeah.
He posed for a bunch of like stock photos
before he was famous, obviously.
Before he was famous, and those came out, and people were like, "Haha."
Yeah, that was on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Here's a thread of every single one of these stock photos that I can find of him," and he retweeted it and was like, "Thanks, I hate it." But then he was also at the Met Gala, so who's laughing?
Oh yeah, how was he dressed? What was he dressed as?
So I'm not exactly sure how the theme of the Met Gala works, because this year's theme was American fashion, or like, the American fashion decades or whatever. So everybody just sort of wore whatever the fuck they wanted. And I would think if you're talking American fashion, wouldn't you just wear denim? But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Just a denim tuxedo.
But I mean, like, everything made of denim. And some people actually did that. I was like, oh, people understood the assignment. But he wore like a white, I think he wore black pants with like a really very, very white suit jacket that had like black piping on it.
Okay.
He looked good. It was nice. It wasn't anything like, oh my God, but it wasn't like too boring. You know what I mean?
You didn't go the Kim Kardashian route and wear a thing over her face.
Completely all black. Which I have to say, that picture of her standing next to her sister is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I haven't seen it. I just saw the outfit. The outfit.
It's her all in black, and like her sister's wearing like some sexy dress or whatever, but it's just the funniest thing. It looks like death has come to claim whichever gender that is. I'm just like, it's very funny. It's just very, very funny. And people have, of course, turned it into a meme. They're just like, my anxiety it's like me trying to have a good time over, I think it's Kendall. And then over Kim, it's just like my anxiety.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Oh, if she's bringing back, full Zentai mask.
It's basically like a fancy Zentai suit.
It's back.
Yeah, it's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But whatever,
It's the Met Gala. Why not?
Exactly. I don't get invited to the Met Gala. Could you imagine if I got invited to the Met Gala?
Oh, you have anxiety just picking out regular clothes during the day.
How long does it take me, babe? It literally have to be like a 7-month project of somebody making something for me to wear to the Met Gala.
Yeah, you would need something crazy.
I would. Oh God, I'd love to go.
You need to be like come out as like a transformer or something.
I'm not rich enough. Like a fashion transformer.
Fashion transformer.
Not like Lady Gaga where she just like took off a bunch of clothes and did whatever, but like an actual like fashion transformer. Anyway, so yeah, that's all that's going on. Met Gala.
Met Gala report here on your favorite comic book podcast.
Honestly, I didn't see a ton of stuff that like killed me. Little Nas X was great. He has definitely come for and taken Billy Porter's red carpet crown 110%. I hope Billy Porter is okay with that, but
I'm sure. Maybe
it was fucking great. He had like he had reveals, he had armor. It was great. It was great.
just show up in a bubble suit and then somebody pops it.
Somebody had basically what looked like a bubble dress. It was like a dress looked like a bubble, like made of shiny things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It'd be like what I would kind of want to wear.
I don't know. You'd probably end up like Ben Affleck and just wear a fucking suit because that's what he did.
I would just tape a bunch of. If I was Ben Affleck, he should have taped a bunch of Amazon packages to him.
Honestly, Ben Affleck, he should have been like my old background screen on my phone where it's just like him trying to hold both dunks and all of his Amazon packages.
Yeah, but it's all like attached to his suit. It's all attached to like the shoulders and stuff. Like he has dunk shoulders.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. That'd be really funny.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just like glue action figures to you if you're going to go to the Met.
And people could be like, "Oh man, I used to have that one."
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be exciting. Actually,
you could like have all the guises.
I can have like I just tape a bunch of He-Man figures to like my arm.
Could you just imagine people be like talking to you all night about your He-Mans?
It's like, yeah, man, look at this one here. I got Skeletor and I got Zodak.
Oh, you got the Toy Biz. I don't know if they made if Toy Biz made He-Mans.
No, it was Mattel.
Sure.
There was a PowerCon over the weekend that our buddy Joe went to.
Yes.
I kind of wish I was there because
I know you watched like a whole thing on it.
I watched like multiple videos because it wasn't just like He-Man stuff. It was like other toys, like other action figures and other collectibles and stuff. So it looked really cool.
So it's just like a bunch of new He-Man collectibles.
Well, they revealed like new He-Man stuff.
Okay.
But there wasn't. But they had like panels, but they're like virtual panels. So, whatever. But mostly I think it was just like a convention for like all the He-Man collectors to get together and people to, be like, "Oh, do you have this weapon?" Because that's the thing. People are trying,
so like if you were to buy like a loose He-Man and he needed a sword.
Yeah, or if you needed a certain kind of sword from a certain kind of He-Man or a certain kind of villain.
I see.
Like those people probably might have those things. That'd be the best place to go.
Okay.
So
that makes
although
sense.
you can find them probably other places, but yeah,
I'm sure there's an online community.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's like that. Some of the big toy lines really have like huge communities. Like there's probably, I'm almost certain there's a Transformers community. Mm-hmm. I know there's a G.I. Joe community. Like those classic toy lines that everybody loved back in the day. Like they are well represented. So yeah. But let's take a break. And we can come back. We'll take a look at our book for this week.
Hey, Mike, have you heard about my new podcast?
Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's where you talk to people on your computer and then put it out on the internet.
Yes, I know what a podcast is, Paul, but what's the show you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to people on my computer and then put it out on the internet.
And what's this called?
Since it's a chat show and I really want to talk to interesting people about interesting things, I thought I'd call it something that was, self-explanatory, like Dial F for Flanger.
Right. Dial F for Flanger. Cool. I look forward to my guest spot. When are you going to have me on?
I'll get back to you.
Wow. Well, if you'd like to hear Paul chatting away on this Dial F for Flanger show, you can find it on the Waiting for Doom network.
All right, we're back here in Worst Collection Ever with our books for this week. We're going to actually do 2 books this week.
Plural.
Because Jen was like, I want to do these.
Yes, blame me, children.
Well, that's what you wanted. You were like looking through the comics.
No, it is. It's all my fault. It's fine.
And you were like, hey, we haven't done these. I want to do these. And it's like, oh, we got to do 2. Oh my god. Yeah. But that's cool because we used to do 2. I was thinking about back in the day, like we actually used to do like 2 comics per episode, and that was a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so much work.
That was a pretty draining experience. That's why we cut it down to 1. But these are particular comics. These are Barbie comics, so there's not a lot of meat here.
Yeah, which is why we could do 2.
Which is why you could do 2. It's kind of like eating, what's something that doesn't have any sustenance.
Yeah,
I can't think of something. But,
this is empty calories.
Yeah, empty calories. So we're going to start off with Barbie number 5 from May 1991. On the cover here, well, actually, the cover is something that you saw this, and so why don't you explain the cover?
Okay, I'm trying to remember if this is something I had, something my sister had, or something Susie had. I'm sure Susie had it for sure. There's this dress, and it's like pink with these silver stars in it. Strapless ball gown thing. I think Kathy had this. We had this outfit.
Uh-huh.
So
this wasn't a particular Barbie. It was just an outfit.
It was a particular Barbie. I do not remember her name. There are so
was it
many.
Peaches and Cream?
No,
that's only Barbie I know.
I had Peaches and Cream, and no, Peaches and Cream is a peach dress.
Oh, okay.
This was like Starlight something Barbie. I don't remember her name, but I know Susie for sure had her. I'm almost positive Kathy did.
Okay.
So just, I was like, because the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, I had this Barbie, or Kathy had this Barbie. Somebody had it. I know we did. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, good call. Because it's not, there's nothing, the cover says nothing about the issue.
Nope. It's just Barbie in a pretty dress.
The issue has multiple stories in it. We start off with Barbie and Ken on a pleasure cruise, which is, there's not, I don't know what kind of pleasure they're getting from here outside from like stolen valor.
I assume one just calls all cruises pleasure cruises.
Yeah, I guess so. So pleasure cruise. Yeah, they have little explanations here. So here's what to expect. You got pleasure cruise. Barbie and Ken's day of sailing turns into a day at the races. Plus safety first. Sailing is fun when you know how. And the picture they use to illustrate this is is it the bow or the mast of the boat? What is that part?
It's the mast.
The mast
they call it the boom or whatever.
The boom. So the mast of the boat is swinging. It looks like it appears to be swinging towards Barbie's head, but it's not Barbie. It's Skipper. So it looks like she's about to get fucking brained.
Yeah. Skipper's gonna get murdered.
So Skipper's
This Barbie book just took a real dark turn.
Yeah, no, it went into like Natalie Wood territory.
Yeah, it 100% went into Natalie Wood territory. Christopher Walken is below decks right now, pretending he doesn't know what's going on.
Where is Barbie? I don't know. Wow.
Didn't they reopen the investigation into her death, but I don't think it matters anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it. I feel like nobody. I don't know. Maybe there's a.
I listened to some podcast.
Something. I mean, it's probably a podcast. Something be like, let's look into this.
And I'm trying to remember if it was like a full podcast or if it was just one episode. Because I know, like, obviously, My Favorite Murder's done it. I want to say Red Handed did it. Maybe somebody else did it. I know I've listened.
I'm certain it's been done to death on podcasts.
Of course it has, because it's still a mystery.
Yeah.
All right.
It's one of the few murders in the world that has yet to be solved. There's like 10 murders left.
Well, ever since the boom of we've had a podcast for how long? We have solved 0 murders.
Oh shit.
We are falling behind on our podcast. This is like you sign a pledge when you start a podcast to solve a murder.
Update.
And we have been doing a very shitty job of solving murder.
You gotta solve a comic murder.
A comic-based murder? Is there an unsolved murder in a comic book store? Because that's obviously the murder we have to solve.
Oh, you know what? Let's find that out.
Somebody let us know.
Tell you what, guys. If you listeners out there know of any murders that took place in a comic book store,
unsolved murders
that are unsolved,
this is obviously because we have a podcast. We have to get on this.
Please direct us there, and we will start sleuthing.
Yes,
we will sleuth.
We gotta
sleuth our way to a conclusion.
We got to find out who did it.
Yes, we got to. It's good. It's gonna be huge. And then somebody will make a podcast about us.
Oh shit! Oh god, did they have to solve our murder?
like we're gonna find out who did it. And we're gonna end up getting fucking hacked to death by a bunch of mylar.
That's how podcasting is going to sustain itself.
Oh, what? Because the people that are solving these murders are eventually going to end up murder themselves.
Yes, and then somebody has to start another podcast to solve their murder, and then they will get murdered. It is a self-perpetuating industry.
Oh shit! R.I.P. Ashley Flowers.
R.I.P. all of us.
R.I.P. all of us. R.I.P. Karen Kilgariff.
Yep. Sorry, the time for somebody to solve her murder.
She's like.
She hasn't solved a murder either, so she's got to like.
What do you mean they haven't solved the murder? Haven't they solved the murder?
They have not solved a murder. They've talked
So
about murder.
why the hell people want to listen to them?
They've talked about murders, but they have not solved any murders.
What the fuck?
That's what the murder squad does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Holes.
Paul Holes and Billy Jensen, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Holes, who lives out here, by the way.
I like the name Holes.
Yeah.
What's your last name? Holes.
Right. Yeah, he like lives out here and has like a dog.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
So Barbie and Pleasure Cruise. So Ken and
This is such a load of shit, but continue. Continue, we'll tell you why.
I was kind of hoping that we were going to go through these pretty fast, but I can't see how that's going to happen.
We're going to get to why this is such a load of shit. But continue on, please.
So Ken and Barbie are sailing, and Ken, Barbie's like, this is fucking
This pleasure cruise is great. Nobody's getting fucked here.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they fucked earlier. I mean, Ken does not have a dick; he has a bump. So, was really a disappointment. Just all
also,
around.
sadly, this doesn't end in doesn't end like the end of Wild Things.
Right?
Matt Dillon is not not hit overboard.
Skipper almost is though. Anyway, so they're like, okay, we're on our pleasure cruise here. I'm assuming on the ocean. It's not a lake.
Barbie's got massive sea hair.
Yo, Barbie's hair is always out of control. She, like, if this were real life, that'd be like 6 wigs.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so much hair. So, and it's blowing everywhere. And she's like, oh no, Ken, we're in the, like, there's a boat race coming.
There's a boat race. So the logic would explain that there maybe would be some sort of warning.
Yeah.
That before they took off.
Yes, there would definitely be like, you can't go over here because there's like a boat race. I'm assuming they also have like, I don't know anything about boat racing, but don't they have like other boats out there to kind of try to keep the lane clear? But they're just there and they're like, oh no, here comes a boat race. We can't get out of it. So now we're just in it. And since we're already here, like way before they even showed up, we're winning this boat race right now.
It's like that. You know what it is? It's like that woman who took the subway in the Boston Marathon.
Yes. That woman is me, by the way. Like if I was ever going to participate in a marathon, I'd be like, call it Uber.
Call it Uber.
But at the same time, if I was ever participating in a marathon, I'd be fine coming in dead last.
I would be proud of you regardless.
If I came in dead last, I would be.
Because it's a marathon.
I'm going to walk my 23 miles, 23.2 or 26.2.
26.2.
Yeah.
So they get stuck in this race. So
I'm not going to become a marathon.
They're just what?
I'm not going to become a marathon person.
I didn't think so. I mean, you could if you want.
I mean, some people make it their whole personality. I feel like I've got a lot going on in my personality at the moment.
There's a lot of things that adding marathon runner to it might
be too much.
Might be a bit much.
It might be too much. I don't think I can do it.
No. I mean, I if you trained for it, you could.
No. I mean, just adding marathon runners to my personality. Like, I feel it. I'd be on overload.
Fair.
Yeah. I got enough going on.
So Barbie in this fucking boat.
Yeah.
The boat's called Shooting Star.
Of course it is.
And Barbie and Ken are like, oh shit, there's a race coming. They're like, well, I guess we're in the race now. I kind of wish one of these boats would just like, get the fuck out of the way.
Exactly.
And they fucking impaled their boat.
Where is that Gatling gun on the front of the fucking Batmobile when you need it?
They all have a bunch of guns start raising up. It's just turn into swishies, and Ken's like,
they just go, because I mean, seriously, like if you were in the boat race, you were the first person. I am assuming there is quite a hefty cash prize for this boat race, and somebody who's already out on the water is just like, I'm first now. Wouldn't you be mad?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start trying to win races by being partway through. It's like I'm gonna go to a marathon and I'm gonna like
Just stand
see
there?
somebody coming.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna run like faster in front of them and be like, I won. and I'll cite this comic.
You know what would even be better than starting halfway? Like 10 feet before the finish line, you just pop up and sprint past.
Yeah.
Like you see him coming and you just like appear.
Yeah, that's the noble way of doing it.
You could like appear like the Undertaker appearing in a ring.
just magically with a bolt of lightning.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden the world goes dark and then Sean's standing in the middle of the street.
Oh God! It's
and then
the angry heroes entered the race.
then you,
God!
And then you won and you're like, I win the Boston Marathon. I win the New York Marathon.
I won all the marathons. Like showed up at them all at once.
I win the Tour de France.
I'm just on a Power Wheels.
That would be very funny.
Just my giant body on a Power Wheels.
I mean, you could be that lady who knocked over everybody at the tour. Did you?
I feel like that happens all the time.
This was very sad. Like not sad, but it was like this a bunch of people. So they have a word for when they're all clustered together.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. I don't remember. And this person saw the camera and they stepped into the race with like a big cardboard sign that said like "Hi Grandma" or whatever on it. And one of the bikers hit it and knocked down at least like 100 other people. It was insane. And it was just because somebody was not paying attention trying to get on camera.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Anyways, this stupid race is happening.
Yeah. So, and then there's also like a helicopter being like, wow, look at that boat. It's going so fast.
Instead of being like, wow, that boat's in the fucking way. Get out of the way,
Also,
asshole.
If you are the helicopter in charge of watching the boat race, wouldn't you be like, that boat's not supposed to be there?
Yeah, right.
Because it's like, right? It's a boat that just appeared.
So not only they get to they win the race, they get off
Yep.
this boat and people are like, hey, you won the race, and
they do, obviously, because these always have some sort of morals. They're like, no, we have to tell them the truth. We didn't win the race. This couple that's dressed alike, except for Ken's shorts don't have a nice hem. They're all jagged.
it looks like a grown up Calvin.
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes.
These people who are dressed alike actually won the race. And so like they should get the credit. But then the helicopter guy shows up and he's like, no, wait, you guys were going so fast. You broke a world record for boat racing. And I'm like, but they weren't even in the race.
Yeah, they don't count. They didn't.
And that's why it's bullshit.
I mean, I guess like they're going as fast as
As a
they were
sailboat could go?
and they broke a world record for the fastest a sailboat went. Like, was there like some sort of nos on there? Was Ken like nos?
Oh my God!
And they passed by Paul Walker in a boat.
I was actually just going to ask you: do you think that's the next iteration of the Fast and the Furious?
I don't see why
they
it's
have
not.
done as much as they possibly can with cars. Now it's time to do boats.
I live my life 15 knots at a time.
Vin Diesel wearing a fucking captain's hat like he's in Jungle Cruise.
I do enjoy a Corona on a boat.
Oh yeah, Corona on a boat sounds great.
Corona. Actually, that's the sequel. Corona on a boat.
You know what?
Fast and the Furious.
I feel like that's
Boat Wars.
That's like a cover band name for like somebody who only does Jimmy Buffett tunes.
Actually, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, except it's like Margarita on a boat or something.
Margarita. Cheeseburger in Paradise.
So yeah, so they're like, we won and we got a trophy or something. Yay. And then we see Barbie's friends being like, oh, I'm so happy we're going to see Barbie and Ken and go on this boat. But like Skipper.
Oh, yeah. It kind of bleeds. Well, this is like a different story now.
Yeah, but it like bleeds in together, which is weird because they usually don't do this.
I just want to point out the crazy eyes that they have here.
Oh, yeah. They look.
They got these big like Steve Ditko eyes going on.
Ken looks like he's a murder. You know what? I think that was the whole plan.
Did he murder Barbie in a comic book shop?
Yes, he did. But Ken was actually planning on throwing her overboard.
Yeah, he's going to Natalie Wood her.
Yes, and unfortunately, this boat race ruined his plan. So now he has to come up with another way to murder her.
You know what I would like to see? I'd like to see this end like open water with a shark.
I was like, I don't remember open water.
That's the one where people go diving and then they get botched because the boat leaves them behind and they get eaten by sharks.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
That's a big fear of mine.
Yeah, don't go in the water, guys.
A big fear of mine would be getting lost at sea.
Uh-huh.
Just like I'm in a shipwreck and I'm just now in the water.
Yeah, the sea is pretty big.
It's huge.
The ocean is big.
We never found that plane.
That's right.
That's how big the ocean is. And we will never find that plane. How long did it take us to find the Titanic? And we had the route they were going.
Yeah.
Because the ocean is terrifying. Do not go in the ocean. Do not go in the woods.
I can't. Yeah. No. I'm trying to think of something here with regards to this world record. I had something I was reading this. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
It is stupid.
But
it does not matter.
World record. The Guinness Book of World Records too. You know,
Yeah.
those are fucking
Yeah. Oh yeah.
world.
So they're like, okay, it's time for us to go on this boat with Barbie. And Skipper is just like, oh man, swans. Because at first you told me,
well, they got Barbie's friends with giant perms.
well, it was what, 91?
I guess we were still rocking perms at 91.
Oh, Barbie always had huge, big hair. It didn't.
yeah, but not like a perm.
I've had permed Barbie.
A perm Barbie?
I mean, it's more like crimped Barbie.
That's different.
Her bangs looked permed. I bet I still have that Barbie in the attic.
Permed Barbie.
Yeah,
huh?
she's got permed bangs but crimped hair, and it goes down to her feet. It's totally hair Barbie.
So, Skipper.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, time for us to go on this boat. And Skipper's like, oh man, swans. Now at first you told me,
What is wrong with Skipper?
right. I don't know what's wrong with
Has
Skipper.
Skipper always been this, I guess, simple-minded?
I think that is the best way to describe her. And I was
That
not.
girl's special.
Yeah, there's something going on with Skipper where, do you remember that was like the Looney Tunes with that like big giant who was like, I'm going to love him and hug him and call him George?
Yeah.
That's how Skipper's acting right now.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, I'm distracted by these swans with their little swanlings.
I really wish these swans.
But their swans are so fucking mean, especially when they have babies. I don't know how she wasn't pecked to death.
It just these girls turn around and all of a sudden you're honk honk. It's like, oh my god, my eye.
Yeah, and Skipper is dead. It's just blood. Do you know that they're full with gross, nasty teeth? These things have teeth.
Yeah. I saw a swan's teeth, guys.
You know, it'd be really funny if maybe that's the murder we need to solve.
So Skipper's murdered by swans
Exactly.
in a comic book shop. Yeah, it's great. She's just in a comic book shop. Barbie, look, comic books. Honk honk. Ah, my eye. I'm dead.
The real question is, who put the swans in the comic book
That's
shop?
a good question. Ken.
That Ken, because he's
Ken.
just trying to kill everybody.
Ken.
This-
He's like, you know what? I couldn't pull Natalie Wood on Barbie. So
So I made it look like an accidental swan death.
Swan. I got power over the swans. I'm Ken. Ken.
Oh man, maybe he's like an animal man, but he can only control swans.
Oh, I wish. I wish, man. Comic man. That would make. I would read all the Barbie comics if that was the case. If Ken had animal
powers?
mystical animal based powers.
So
I'm a rhino
Skipper like feeds the swans like her peanut butter and jelly sandwich
in her pocket. She's walking around with a fucking sandwich in her pocket. What is she, Betty?
She's Frank from Always Sunny.
She's got a pocket hot dog.
She got a pocket hot
That's right.
dog.
She's Frank. I took a shit on the bed. Oh, there it is.
That part where he's supposed to be an extra, but he's got the pocket hot dog and he's just like trying to bite it.
It just.
And that's basically where Skipper is. She has a pocket
I brought my own
sandwich.
snacks.
She has her own snacks. So finally she's gonna join up. But this is Barbie's mistake. Her friends go and meet her like on the dock, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna come out in this sailboat with me and Ken. Where's Skipper? And they're like, oh no, because nobody realized Skipper ran off to, I don't know, chase swans or whatever the fuck she's doing.
It's like, I hope she gets fucking eaten.
So-
I hope she drowns to death in an inch of water.
Instead of like looking for Skipper or whatever, Barbie just runs down all the safety rules of what you need to know on a boat. And she's like, you need to wear non-slip. And it's trying to teach you, by the way, this is the whitest book that's ever existed. Because it's like, yay, sailing. And so they're like, well, here's the rules of sailing. Okay, you need to wear rubber-soled shoes. You need to, if I say, and there's a saying she says,
she goes, well, she talk about life jackets.
Yeah, but she says something.
Ready about
because boom?
That's when she's gonna swing that's when she's gonna swing.
What is it called?
The boom.
Boom.
She's like, I'm gonna make sure you duck.
You make sure you duck.
It's like, well, don't swing it at them.
Well, because that's what you use to turn.
Uh-huh.
So that's what she's like. So if you hear somebody say this, that's what this means.
Get the fuck down.
Right? Like fucking duck. But also like
duck, motherfucker.
This is how you put a life vest on. Da 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 da. Of course, Barbie doesn't wait for Skipper for any of this, and then when Skipper shows up, Barbie does not repeat the very, very short safety instructions that she's given her other friends. And she's like, okay, Skipper, come on in. Time to get in the fucking boat.
Oh, no, she will Skipper runs to the boat and she slips on some water.
Right.
And
because she's not wearing rubber-soled, non-slip footwear or whatever.
She's like, she's like, put on your rubber soles. You didn't wear rubber soles, did you? And
yeah, but she doesn't even give her the safety lecture.
No, she just gets around the boat. She even Skipper even goes, I'm a little dizzy. And it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be sailing.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be not on the boat.
Maybe you should be telling her exactly what you just told all your friends. So as we see in this thing, when she says something, whatever the phrase she's supposed to say is, Skipper doesn't know what it means.
Yeah, she gives it just a big question mark, and Barbie just swings this motherfucking thing.
And
she's Ken fucking Jose Canseco.
And like everybody knows that Skipper doesn't know what that means, and they're just sitting in the boat, and nobody gives her the heads up.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Tells her, "Hey, Skipper, in case this happens, this is what it means." Nobody fills her in. They're just like, you know what? If you get fucking your skull cracked open by this sailboat.
It's like, ow, my sinus cavity.
I think, you know what? I think Barbie and Ken were a murder team.
I think they are. I think they were trying to kill her.
They were 100% trying to kill her because nobody gave her the safety things. Neither did Barbie's friends. So all four of them were like, we're going to kill this girl.
Yeah. She's a burden to us.
She's a burden.
She's a burden to society.
She's got a big trust fund, and I'm the beneficiary. It is time to kill Skipper.
She signed it over to me, Barbie, no last name. And Ken.
No last name.
No last name. We all put our names on this. First names only. It's legally binding.
So they're like, okay, well, now I'll pay attention on the
Barbie's
boat.
Barbie's over by a boat, ripping out her own teeth. Having a three-way with Ken and Teresa and fucking Midget or whoever.
Midge.
Yeah,
it's a four-way.
Four-way, whatever. A fucking sexy rhombus.
Yeah. Oh, Sean loves a sexy rhombus.
Yeah, do love a sexy rhombus.
Sean's really into the sexy rhombus. So they're like, oh well, that was great. Barbie, I'll listen to the rules of the boat.
Oh, she goes. This is so big. Skipper goes. Wow. They're all like, hey, this was pretty wonderful. And Skipper goes, from now on, I'll listen to Barbie and not a swan. So
was she also talking to the swans?
So the swan, she's like, what are safety what are safety tips? She's like, she's like, oh, so when she says ready about, stand up on your full attention.
Thanks, helpful swan.
Thanks, Swan. Here's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't know if you could digest this, but here you go. I think
what's more upsetting is that Skipper thinks she had a conversation with the swan. Either that or she got a concussion when she slipped and nobody took her to the fucking... There's no concussion protocol.
No.
She probably has CTE
now. She has to do impact testing before getting back on the
boat.
On the boat.
Nobody did anything. Nobody called.
Well, send her brain to Boston.
It's the only choice we have. So finally we have I think this is the last story in the book.
No, this is like a giant fucking book.
It's not a giant fucking book.
No, because there's two more stories.
Oh, you're right, there is more. So this next one is they're going to go to the beach. And so Barbie and Skipper are like, we're going to the beach, and Barbie's convertible, and Skipper's like, so Skipper, this is where Skipper is me. Skipper is like, I have 9,000 suitcases that I have to bring with me because I have many things that I need to take. And Barbie's like, I travel light. And I'm like, I'm sure you do because you're already cute.
Also, you're part of a murder pact with Ken.
Also
so you
part
just
of
have,
a serial killing couple.
You just have zip ties in there
So, and the reason I say that
an extendable shovel.
that I really relate to Skipper right now is because when you and I went for your birthday to just downtown, we got a hotel room and we went out to dinner, right?
Yeah.
For your birthday. We were there one night. And this is a state we live in. Do you know I had 3 pairs of shoes for less than 24 hours?
That doesn't make sense.
But I wore all 3 pairs.
You did?
I sure did.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, no, you're wrong. I had 4 pairs. I had 4 fucking pairs of shoes.
Would you take for every floor on the hotel?
Okay. I had an arriving at the hotel outfit that had shoes that went with it. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a wedge with my dress. Then I had a going out to dinner outfit, which had a very high heel.
Yes.
I also had my stretchy flats with me in case we were going to walk around.
Right.
I
Very important.
Can't wear that big ass heel. And then I had the pair of shoes that I wore home the next day, which is a regular flat because we were going out to breakfast. I had all of those outfits for one night. So I'm
Una
kind of
noche.
I am kind of a Skipper here. You can see them all on my Instagram.
Yeah. So
Skipper brings all the shit.
yes, basically, and we're not gonna go through this because Jesus Christ. So basically, it's like Skipper going, I guess I'll wear this. She goes out.
Yeah, she takes too much time.
And then
changing.
every time she goes out, they're doing a different activity. So like they're playing volleyball, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear this. I gotta go back inside and change and wear this." And she comes back, and then she goes back outside. She takes so long
Yeah.
to come back out, and they're eating. So she's like, "Well, I gotta get my food clothes." To which she says, "I'll just put on this big blue skirt. I won't care if I drip butter on it." So she's
Is that how you get dressed?
yeah. I look at clothes and I say, you know what? This won't stain as much if I drip marinara on it.
Well, that's literally what happened the other day because what did I do? When I texted you because I saw a picture. It was of Ralph Lauren. Chris Maloney had gone to the US Open and they had like photographed them. So it was like obviously a press thing. But this outfit was great. But it was white pants. So I sent it to Sean and I said, would you wear the normal person version of this outfit with dark jeans? Because you and I both know you won't even get in the car before you stain these pants.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely dropping some sort of oil-based food stuffs on
You
there.
could put them on and walk 10 feet to the door and you would already have a stain on them. But if we got you dark jeans, I think we could pull this outfit off. And I think we should. I'm going to find it. The cheap version. I'm not spending like a mortgage payment on a fucking outfit.
No, I'm into it.
Cheap version. Anyway.
So Skipper misses dinner.
Skipper misses everything. Misses volleyball.
Skipper misses it. She's gone so much
dancing.
that all of their friends ate every ounce of food. There isn't just like leftover burgers. Because we're cooking fucking burgers here.
There's
you
nothing.
know, you think somebody would just leave her like a burger? They do. Somebody maybe could consider it, but you know, they want her gone.
You know what happened? She put on the outfit and then went to find the swan to ask the swan if this was the proper outfit for the occasion.
The swan went, ah.
And then by the time the swan answered, she had missed everything.
The swan bit me on my nose.
Yeah. I am going to wager that we're going to one day learn the swan is imaginary.
I certainly hope that's the last issue of Barbie.
And she just has pocket sandwiches for
just-
an imaginary swan.
It's just her at the end of the craft strapped to a bed with a bunch of pocket sandwiches and there's a bunch of swans around her.
Yes.
It's like, swans, what should I wear to dinner? What should I wear to dinner? It's like, oh honey, it's okay. We'll give you something.
And they come and they give her a shot in the hip.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So she basically misses
everything.
Everything.
Drives home with Barbie.
She misses everything and lives angry.
Yep.
And she's driving home with Barbie, and Barbie's and Barbie's like, "Where the fuck were you? What the fuck's wrong with you?" And she's like, "Next time I'm going to pack light." She's like, "Good idea." Mm-hmm. And then finally, Barbie
takes Skipper into the woods to murder her. And
yes.
Yet again fails.
Barbie's a terrible murderer.
She's really bad at this.
She has a chance at sea. At sea.
If you can't kill somebody at sea, I mean,
you might as well just dive in yourself, because
exactly.
what good are you?
If your plan is like, I'm going to murder this person at sea and you can't pull it off, what the fuck, man? That's like literally the perfect person to murder somebody.
Yeah.
It's perfect place to murder somebody.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Don't go on a boat with anybody.
Never.
And Skipper was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get on a boat. Oh, I almost got my head taken off by this stick."
By this thing, and now I still trust Barbie enough to go into the woods with her.
Yep.
And Barbie's like, I have to get back because I'm going to dance with Ken. Barbie was always going places. I've never met anybody who went as many places as Barbie.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like, oh, but wait, our dog is chasing a rabbit, and now we're lost.
And now we're lost. Now it's it's one of those.
Now it's Blair Witch Project.
Now it's Blair Witch Project. Or I was trying to think of that movie Wrong Turn.
Oh yeah, that too.
Henry Rollins is a backwoods.
But what are they doing?
Denizen.
They've done two things you should never do in this book: get in a boat, go into the woods.
Yeah.
Yep, two mistakes.
Skipper, it's time for you to end up like the West Memphis 3.
Yep. So they go in, and Barbie's like, well, don't worry about it, Skipper. I know where we are because I can see the North Star, because here's the Big Dipper, and this is how you find the North Star, which is pretty helpful to figure out.
Yeah, Barbie the astronomer.
Batman's not telling you this.
Batman's like, what are fucking stars? How do they work?
People who read Batman comics aren't going to know this.
It's
unless
true.
they're also a Boy Scout.
When's the last time that Batman looked up at the sky and said, "Hey, you know what? Those stars, I know where I am. This is Gotham. This is
and
Metropolis."
This is how you, reader, can tell where the North Star is.
Yeah,
so you know which way you're going.
Batman don't give a fuck about astronomy.
Batman's not trying to help you navigate. Only Barbie.
Batman, terrible sailor. but only go on boats to kill people.
It's true. It's true.
Batman will get the job done, guys.
Yeah, Batman would actually murder.
Those are where all the murders happen that you don't really see.
So
like Batman's like, I don't kill, but if I'm on at sea, watch the fuck out.
One day, you know what's going to happen is I am going to get lost in the woods after I fail to midsummer myself. And then when
they're gonna make you walk home.
When they finally find me. No, when they finally find me. When I emerge from the woods after like a 4-day stint of wandering.
Okay.
They're going to be like, oh my God, how did you find your way out? I'm going to be like, I read a Barbie comic that taught me how to find the North Star, and I just walked north until I found this gas station in the middle of nowhere.
I'm also wearing rubber-soled shoes.
Yes, and a life vest.
And a life vest.
I kind of got them mixed up because I am now 78.
And I also jumped off the cliff.
I also jumped off a cliff and I survived.
Nobody had a hammer to finish the job.
It's been very difficult for me to soldier crawl my way out of these woods. I met a very nice rabbit, though, and a swan.
And a swan.
It ate my pocket sandwich.
So Barbie finds her way. She manages to find her way out of the woods, and she's like, "All right, fuck yeah! Now Ken, I'm gonna finally roll into this party at 11 at night.
Yeah,
Ken's been waiting for me. I'm just gonna show up and start dancing.
Yeah,
she's the best dancer.
She sure is, and that's the end.
Yeah, that's how this wholesome Barbie comic ends.
It does.
Barbie number 5 from May 1991.
And action! It's Fade Out. Hosted by film fanatic Rob Kelly and a roster of special guests, Fade Out will examine the final films of Hollywood's brightest lights, part of the Fire and Water Podcast Network.
Now, normally around this time, we would be ending the show, but we decided to do another Barbie comic
Yes, we did.
because this one, this is Barbie Fashion, number 32 from August 1993. Now, why don't you describe this cover?
So Barbie is wearing a very neon, very, very bright orange. I would call it safety vest orange. Road cone orange. Perhaps.
It's a little bit later.
It's a little bit later. A safety vest, probably.
Yeah.
Safety vest orange.
She's definitely dressed like she's like a 1994 G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it's so bright, and it's a maxi dress, and it's got there's a bow thing going on. Big bow around the waist. Matching orange shoes. She is very tan, wearing a very big straw hat that 100% I would wear.
Yes, you would.
And then for some reason, she has like a bright orange bow in her hair, but it's the very, 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 very bottom of it. So like most of her hair's not even in it. It's just a bow.
And she's having a walk, and she's wearing...
Is she drinking something?
Drinking a Long Island iced tea, I assume.
Yeah.
And it says, winner of Parents' Choice Honors.
Yeah.
So... yeah.
It's a wholesome book.
Wholesome book.
This Barbie Fashion. So this is when, and I had to ask this to Sean because I feel we have read a Barbie comic on this show before in which Barbie crashes a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we went and we looked. We have not done this issue before. So either there's a completely different wedding crashing story or they just recycled.
Or I'm going to say the option was that, so we've read the issue number of Barbie. We've done Barbie on our other Barbie episodes. Mm-hmm. We've done Barbie Fashion number 32, or sorry, Barbie Fashion number 31, and Barbie Fashion number 33.
Yes.
So this is the one in between, and it's possible that we might have read this one just to see if we wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's probably why you remember this.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah. So we have a few stories here in Barbie Fashion. You have Partyland, Barbie's the life of any celebration. The right red will nail polish keep Skipper's friend Vicky out of the fun. And Jazzy Fashions, Barbie style, and you make beautiful music together.
That one just doesn't even have a thing, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's not really a thing. It's just more like Barbie's like improv.
So basically the idea here of this first one is Barbie is a model and she's doing model things. And then they're like, oh, our photo shoot's done. And she's like, great, because I have to go meet Ken because it's his cousin's wedding at some place.
Yeah, it's a place called Hartsville.
Yeah. And it's one of those places where like a bunch of weddings are happening on the same day.
Well, actually, not really. There's like a bar mitzvah.
Well, there's a different wedding. There's a wedding, a bar mitzvah, and 2 birthday parties.
Ooh, yeah.
So, but it's like an event center, basically. Like a lot of people have events there on the same day.
Also a G.I. Joe convention.
Yes. Also PowerCon. So Barbie, of course, is thinking about what she would look like in a wedding dress.
Well, I like that she's thinking about what she would look like in a wedding dress, and then she goes,
well, you got to think about the different kind of silhouettes you want for your wedding dress.
Yeah. And she's like thinking like to herself, it's like, what about this one? What about that one? What about this one? And I thought she asked this viewer or something.
Oh, she might ask the reader, which one do you like best?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not nearly that thorough. Mine was just like, are there straps to hold up my outrageous knockers? I just don't want my tits falling out onto somebody's grandma's face. That was my big worry.
Which Barbie, what dress would you pick out of these?
Let me see. I mean, these are all pretty 90s and dated, so probably none, but let me look.
They all look like she's the ghost of Christmas past or something. Like they're just kind of like, they have like weird garland trimmings on them and stuff like that.
I mean, I guess just because it's the one I can see the least of. Oh, not that one. That's horrible. It would have to be this one where all you can see is the back. That's better. The rest of these, there's a lot of frills. And
she has one that's like a
ruffles.
suit.
Yeah, it's a little much. Barbie was always a little over the top. It's not for me.
Barbie, she called this series Barbie Extra.
Yeah, she really is.
So she shows up at this place and she The valet is like, hey, is that Barbie the model? Nah, Barbie the model's shorter.
Yes.
And this is an ongoing joke where everybody looks at her and goes, is that Barbie the model? No, Barbie the model's that Barbie taller, thinner.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
So she crashes a wedding and then realizes it's not the right one. She wanders into another hall, realizes it's a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, I do like this bar mitzvah thing because the minute she walks in, somebody grabs her and she starts dancing. Like she is like, like she has no choice, but to dance as a bar mitzvah at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, she has to. She's Barbie.
She is the greatest party ever. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, well, that wasn't a wedding.
Nope.
That was a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
I need to find a wedding. I already found a wedding, but that was the wrong wedding.
Right.
So she wanders in and she's like, hey, cake. That must be where a wedding is.
And then she's like, oh, wait. Cakes are also at other celebrations.
Yes.
This is quite a surprise for her.
Quite a surprise. And she walks in and fucking George Burns is having his birthday party.
Still alive.
Still, not now. I'm positive he's not dead.
I know he's dead.
He's very dead.
And George Burns has been very dead for a long time, but he lived to be like 101 or something stupid.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, George Burns is having a birthday party and he's like,
I want to dance with you, young lady.
Because he's like, they're like, make a wish, old dude. And he's like, I want to dance with a model. How convenient. And
so she dances with him.
Yeah, but she walks in and she dances with this old dude. And then
he has a heart attack and dies immediately.
Yeah. Old man turned 100.
Turned
Met
98.
Barbie, died right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
So she walks in and the wedding's over and everything's over. I mean, the reception's over. She's been fucking around
so long. And oh, by the way, when she walks in, she catches the bouquet. That's what she walks into. Yeah. That's how long this wedding has been going on. And he's like, oh, you must be busy, Barbie, because your photo shoot must have run long. And she's like, I like parties. Because she's dumb. Which is why she couldn't murder Skipper with a boat. She walks into it'd be funny if the reason why she didn't make it in time is because she kept on going to other rooms in this place, and there's like all sorts of things going on in this room. Like she walks into like what is this, Barbie escape room? Yes, she walks into an escape room. She can't get out. She's just stuck in there the whole time while fucking Saw. Do you want to play a game, Barbie? Her leg would probably go through pretty fast because it's plastic. Yeah, oh yeah, she'd be fine. She'd be fine. She'd be like, oh, this is great. Saw. Yeah, she'd just do it with a smile. She'd be like, because Barbie always turns lemons into lemonade. That's Barbie. She's just so happy all the time. Barbie, put your hand in this toilet to find the key. She'd be like, okay. Barbie, stick your hand in this acid. Okay. Barbie, I'm gonna hook up these chains to your rib cage, and if you don't get your key out in 30 seconds, we're gonna rip apart your rib cage. Considering some of the things people have done to Barbie, she's fine. Don't worry about her. Oh, okay. Yeah. Barbie's been through some hardcore shit. I mean, you think you do a lot of shit to GI Joes? I've never shot a Barbie on a bottle rocket. I'll say that much. That's just because she's too big. You could tie her to something else, though. Just tie her to like a M80 or something. Oh yeah, 100%. R.I.P. Barbie. So the next story is about Barbie's. I keep on saying midget, but Midge. But it's Skipper's friend Vicky. And Vicky's like me. Yeah, she's like, hey, she's like, Vicky, she's like, Skipper's like, yo, I want to go get some books. And she's like, I have to get ready first. I have to get ready. So you know what that fucking means? It's a fucking ordeal. But I will have to say, yes, I can get ready quickly. Sean's face is very funny right now. I can get ready quickly. I just typically choose not to. Well, that's because you're watching your TV at the same time. Also, I wear a lot of makeup, babe. This takes a lot. Do you know how many colors of eyeshadow I have on just today? I bought them for you, yes. Do you have any idea how many actual colors I used, though? 1. 5. What? On your eyes right now? 5. 5 colors of eyeshadow on my eyes right now. I wouldn't know. They're all blended. They're all blended. They look good. Thanks. But it just takes a very long time for me to do shit like that. So I relate to this girl. She's like, I got to do this stuff because I want to make sure I don't look like a hose beast when I walk out the door. I am a literal monster. So I have to put a lot of effort into makeup so I look human. And that's kind of what this girl is going through. But she's not going through it enough because she does, instead of going to see Skipper, goes to Target to buy the right shade of red nail polish.
Yeah. She should have. She should. Yeah. I mean,
Because if you're truly a walking disaster, you already have that color.
yeah. You gotta be prepared.
Yeah, 100%.
So Skipper goes to the
Like
library.
it comes to you. It's like if you're in Finland and you have a baby, they give you a box full of shit when you have a baby.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, good for us. We're good for them.
It's very nice. They give you like a whole box full of diapers, whatever. You can actually even use the box as like baby's first crib.
Oh.
So it's like in Finland, it's just if you are a nightmare, like a mass of meat shoved into a plastic bag, you just all of a sudden one day wake up and there's just like a box of essentials that help you look somewhat human.
Gotcha.
So that red would already be there. So that's why this girl is full of shit.
So Skipper goes to the library
Yeah. By herself.
by herself
And her friend's supposed to meet her there. But she never shows up.
to read books. She's out there. She's reading Wuthering Heights,
I don't know why you just wouldn't
Ivanhoe.
check those books out.
Yeah, she's reading like mazines.
Yeah, she's just reading like, what was it? Teen Beat? No, Tiger
Beat.
Was it Tiger Beat? There were some other ones. I don't remember them all. I never got any of them.
Bop.
Bop?
Bop.
What did your sister read?
Tiger Beat.
Yeah. I never read any of those.
I used to read her Tiger Beats because I was interested in like culture.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I learned.
Was it just like pictures of John Bon Jovi? Who was in Tiger Beat at the time?
The girls from Facts of Life.
Who would have been a heartthrob when we were young?
George Michael.
George Michael. Yeah.
That's what I just remember like
Because there weren't any like
Corey Haim, obviously.
Corey Haim, there you go.
New
The
Kids on the
Coreys.
Block.
The Coreys, there they are. The New Kids on the Block. Because I was going to be like, there really wasn't anybody.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
John Stamos.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, John Stamos was definitely. Carrie definitely had a thing for John Stamos.
Who doesn't have a thing for John Stamos?
So Skipper goes to
The store with Barbie. Because her friend does call her, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, Skipper, I like literally didn't even leave my house because I'm like too busy painting my nails." So Skipper like goes to the store with Barbie.
Well, no, Skipper before that. I think Skipper calls her friend.
Yeah, to be like, "Where are you?"
He's like, "Yo, where the fuck are you? I'm reading Ivanhoe. I'm reading Teen Beat.
Yeah.
So where the fuck are you?" And she's like, "Yo, I don't have the right kind of nail polish." And Skipper's like, Skipper kind of goes like, "Look, nobody fucking cares about your nail polish here at the library."
But everybody cares.
I guess
She cares. That's what's important.
that's what's important.
So she's like, "Hey, Barbie, what the hell?" And Barbie's like, some people are really insecure. Other people
Barbie dressed like Stevie Nicks here.
Oh, 100%. She's going to sing Gold Dust Woman and play a tambourine.
Rhiannon.
Did I ever tell you about the time? So I really enjoy, I like Fleetwood Mac, right? Because my dad liked Fleetwood Mac and he used to play them in the car. But there is a Fleetwood Mac live album called The Dance that came out in like 98 or 96 or something. And I love that album. There's a really good version of Rhiannon. So I remember listening to this song in my car, thinking about how great it was, and literally thinking to myself, I wish somebody would do a goth version of Rhiannon. And literally 2 seconds later, I went, oh, wait, this is the goth version of Rhiannon. This is it. It's right here.
No doubt.
Anyway, so she's like, Barbie's like, gonna be Stevie Nicks. And then she's like, well, your friend is either A, insecure, or B, a trash bag masquerading as a human.
Yes, she might be a hose beast. Well, Skipper's like ready to dump this chick.
Well, I don't blame her. She fucking stood her up in the library to go buy nail polish.
Yeah, you left me there.
Yeah. So she's like, try to understand that not everyone is as statuesque and beautiful as me, Barbie. And they literally have to like punch themselves into a human shape. So
Punch themselves?
that's what you have to do when you're like a trash bag full of meat. You have to punch yourself into shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You beat yourself with a sack full of oranges.
Yeah, because sometimes you remember those things in like, God, what were they? They're like jelly, watery.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you got for a body.
Sometimes you're a jelly watery tube.
Sometimes you're a jelly watery tube. Sometimes you're a statuesque model. It's just really a fucking crapshoot, people. And then I don't remember what happens here. She like goes
she
to
just shows
talk
up
to
and
her
she-
stupid friend.
She goes to talk to her dumb friend, and she's like, hey, look, doesn't matter how you look on the outside. It's what matters on the inside.
And that's a lie.
And her friend's like, bullshit.
Yep, her friend is right.
And so Vicky, Vicky's like,
No one's putting Anna Taylor-Joy in fucking movies because she's a nice person.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's not why Kim Kardashian's
Got a TV show.
got a TV show. It's because she's a nice person.
Yeah, because what matters is what's on the inside on your reality TV show.
Or you can also dress in a black hentai suit.
Yeah.
Or Zentai suit. Hentai suit. Hentai!
What if that's what she wore? She just wore like hardcore hentai fucking on her Met Gala outfit.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd actually probably be more interesting.
To be more just tentacles everywhere.
Oh God!
Actually, she's like, I'm a hentai suit. Look, there's tentacles. Blah.
And they're like, Kim, you got the theme wrong.
It was American fashion, not Japanese hentai.
Yeah, because what if it was just like tentacles was the theme and that's what she fucking wore?
Oh man, the Met Gala sounds lit. We're doing tentacles. We're wearing posters of the movie 1977's Tentacles.
Dear Anna Wintour, I know you're listening to this podcast. Invite me, and I'll wear something horrible to your Met Gala. Never get invited again.
Yeah, so the skipper's like, hey, let's go bike riding. And this girl's like, I gotta brush my hair. And she's like, fuck that. Come on, let's go bike riding.
And then she's like, oh wait, bike riding is fun. Yay.
The end. And then the last part is just...
Is them dressing in clothing.
Yeah, Barbie wear dressing up like Stevie Nicks again.
Yeah, a lot more Stevie Nicks, especially that like fringy thing she's got on.
Yeah, she's dressing up and she's like, improvisation. This is what you want to do. You can wear whatever you want. Put stuff on that doesn't match. It doesn't
What matters are the clothes that you didn't put on. Because you know how it says like
yeah,
jazz.
those are the notes you don't
didn't
hear.
play or
Yeah.
whatever.
So So
That's it.
and that's it. And then the next actually episode is the one that we did, or next issue is the one where we did read this, where she goes to the jazz festival.
Oh, that's right.
And
Isn't there a boat in that one too?
it's by the sea.
There's a lot of boats in these books.
Oh man,
Barbie's got a lot of boat stuff going
she's
on.
got to do a lot of killing.
Oh, well, she's bad at it. Jesus Christ. No wonder she keeps arranging ways to get on boats.
She gets on the boat. She goes, "What did I come here for?"
She's like, okay, my plan is throw Skipper overboard. And every single time she gets on the boat, she's like, fuck.
Was I supposed to do? Eat a hamburger?
Make a friend? No, that's not it. Oh, shit. There was something I was supposed to do on this boat. And then she leaves and then she gets home.
Rent the movie Overboard?
Yeah,
And she gets home, she's like, and she has a big note in construction paper that says, kill Skipper.
throw Skipper overboard.
Throw
That's
Skipper
like,
overboard.
fuck again. And then she has to go buy another ticket to like the Queen Mary. She keeps forgetting.
She's like, I'm gonna make you a ghost here on the Queen Mary.
I'm gonna throw you into that randomly
Giant pool.
that giant fucking pool.
Yeah, that was a trip.
That was a trip. You know what? I was very disappointed because I wanted that to be so much more fun than it was.
And when it was just kind of there. Did we take your dad there?
We took my sister.
Oh, your sister.
Yeah, and even both of us were so psyched for it. We're like, we're gonna see ghosts, and then it was this dumb tour. We're just like, oh,
So we just left a Skipper doll here. That's his ghost.
can't even throw anything in this pool. Not even Skipper.
Not even Skipper. Boo.
Boo.
Anyways, well, that's our Barbie excursion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
I mean, I thought we were delightful.
Yeah, you more so than me.
Yeah.
I've decided that I need to start taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I have my improv skills. I feel like I'm not vibing as much lately. So I'm kind of
right.
having a moment here right now.
Notes might be good.
So maybe I'll take some notes so I can write, so I can provide some better quips.
All right. Yeah. Fair.
So we'll see how that goes next week when I don't take notes
Again.
So anyways, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the show on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, and email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And rate and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher,
Oh no, do I have to vamp again?
Spotify. You can vamp for a second if you can.
Oh my God.
Can you pull it off?
Can I pull it off? Oh my God, you guys. The trailers for Law & Order Organized Crime and Law & Order SVU have dropped. The real ones, not the bullshit ones that were like made up of clips from last season. It is so good. We've got Olivia getting in a car accident and whispering. She hallucinates Elliot in a fucking EMT uniform. You cannot tell me the show is not a fucking soap opera. It is amazing. And she's like on a stretcher and she's like, Elliot. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Oh no.
I'm going to die. And then there's like these very intense looks between the two of them. And I'm like, if they are not fucking by the winter finale, I'm flinging myself into the sun. So anyway, it's been a very, very full 3 days.
So find us also on iHeartRadio.
Oh, you had me vamp for iHeartRadio?
I don't know. I feel like I've done a bunch of these.
You have.
Yeah. So iHeartRadio, find us there as well. And once again, folks, thanks for listening. And talk to you again next time.
Bye.